Go.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for waiting. We are now, at long last, ready to bring you all some Heroes in a Half Shell, some turtle power with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Our runner is the absolutely wonderful ateatree, and joining him is special guest Sean Guernsey. So let's have some fun with this one. I most certainly have been waiting for this, like, without a shadow of a doubt. So, ateatree, my good sir, take it away.
Happily. So I want you to imagine, if you will, it's the late 1980s. You're in an arcade. You've got your greasy slices of pizza, which you have all so generously donated to encourage me to scarf during this run. We'll get into that later. You've got your oversized jumbo soda of choice. You walk up to the 4-wide arcade cabinet, and you see 2 other kids already there, and on the screen are 4 heroes mashing and bashing their way across the screen. You pick one of the empty stations, and you just absolutely fall into it, losing hours and all the quarters in your pocket, and that's when you know it's time to stop. So, if you remember what that feeling was like, this is what that game actually plays like. This is the game that plays as fast and fluid and fun as you remember those games. No detriment on them. They are really amazing in their own right. And if you want to play any of those, there is also the recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, lovingly created by Digital Eclipse, that has all those classic titles. But for today, we're going to be playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge from Tribute Games. If you ever had a PlayStation account, you may recognize them from the game Mercenary Kings. They also made games like Splinter, and they had a lot of people on staff who worked on previous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. So I think it was as much of a labor of love for them to make this game as it is for me to run it for you today. With me here, I also have my sensei in turtledom, Mr. Sean Guernsey. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully, thank you. I have the people, if they've been around, have heard my voice all weekend, and now you have a face to put to the voice, and I'm so sorry. No, so we're gonna get into it. Many of you, if you've played the game at all, it's available on Xbox Game Pass for PC and Xbox. There is the story mode, which kind of walks you into the game. You build up your power over time, you get extra lives for levels, and you can stack up to 3 of your super moves. We're going to be playing the arcade difficulty, which makes things more old school. You lose, you're out, you have to put in a new coin. It's virtual, of course, but the other thing that makes it more tactical in nature is that you only get 1 super meter maximum. So we have to play a little more on our feet. If anything goes wrong, we have to improvise. We're also going to be playing on the OK difficulty, which toughens up the boss's AI a little bit, and also make waves of enemies come out faster, because as speedrunners, we love to go fast. So, unless there's anything else, I think we're about ready to get started. Time will not actually happen. I'll step through all of these menus. Time will not actually start until we gain control of our characters. So you'll see 1P appear above Sensei Splinter's head, and that's when you'll know it's time to go.
I'll finish you off myself. We must.
No other choice, obviously.
You'll love to see it.
I love that. When I wasn't even sure if I had made the final cut, and because what had happened was when the credits started rolling out on IMDb before the game came out, it had other people listed, and so I started panicking. So I got the game the day of. And the first thing I did was, well, of course, you see the splash screen, and I hear myself there, and I'm like, oh, good, I'm still Shredder. and then I opened it up and got to Splinter and clicked on him, and it was me. And I was like, oh, I'm in the game. I can play me and beat me up. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. I'm curious to know your thoughts on that particular scene, if you've ever replayed it yourself. As you mentioned previously, you are a gamer, so you have played through this game yourself. Do you principally play as Splinter?
Mm-mm. I had to. The first playthrough was
fair.
Splinter, and then I I used to like Donatello as a kid, and so
Sure.
I tried to play through with Donatello because he's got the range.
Mm-hmm.
But I fell in love with Splinter too much, and I'm playing through as Casey Jones lately, but
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the Turtles
Splinter's
running
my main
community
food.
loves the Casey buttons, what they call it. That big vortex that he can do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you were saying something about Splinter, or which I'm sure would be, nothing but gleaming praise. Please continue.
No, I just Splinter is my main squeeze. I keep coming back to him, even though I've finished it with him. I keep coming back to play some more.
Yeah, I started with April myself because she kind of felt like she is the fastest character in terms of move speed, and if you look at the speedrun leaderboards in terms of overall clear time, there is one fella who I think is Ukrainian, who's an absolute wizard at the game, and a lot of retro beat 'em ups in general, and put in a time that is 3 minutes lower than anyone else has ever managed, and he did that with April. But after playing April for a while and knowing how one of the few things I'm not crazy about Splinter is his ability to get around blocking enemies, but we do our best to make it work. But after playing April for a while and enjoying the jump kicks and the mobility she has to offer, I really fell in love with Splinter for the things that he can do to bosses, which hopefully we'll get a good opportunity to show off against Rocksteady here. Or Bebop, rather. This isn't ideal, but he did actually go back into the corner for us, which saved us a few seconds, which is excellent. Since we are between levels, and because of the incentive you so generously donated for, I'm gonna eat some pizza.
Yes, indeed. So I remember when you were telling me about this, and I was like, oh my god, that is perfect. I am looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. And just so you all know, I love me some pizza, which, kind of fitting considering the Turtles do as well. If I could also jump in on this whole topic of first characters played, I actually looked back at my little co-op with my buddy, the Bruiser. Shout out to Bruiser. I think he was Mikey and I was Donnie. So, because I think I still have it in my room. This little toy of his bow staff and the mask that came with it. It's yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
All right.
See, when I was little, we used to. I was big into the Turtles.
Nice. I was going to ask what your history with the Turtles franchise was.
Oh yeah. Like, had the toys, and I mean, okay, full disclosure, child, I had Ninja Turtle underwear. So
Heck yeah.
that's out there in the world on the internet now for everybody to experience. But there was 4 friends. It was me and my 3 buddies, and we used to play Ninja Turtles together, and we all had our assigned characters. And I was Donatello because I was Sean Atello, right? And
very good.
So yeah, I actually learned how to do the bow staff in karate because of the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's
I actually tried to learn
cool.
all of the weapons from the Turtles when I was in martial arts.
I'm curious, what do you think of size? Knowing that they're principally a defensive weapon.
They're fun. They're flashy.
Fair enough.
I like them. I don't like that you can't, you're not supposed to be stabbing people.
Right.
There's not a lot of stabby type moves.
It is mildly...
they're actually pretty cool and disarming.
Right. Yeah, like I said, they're a defensive weapon. They're mildly counterindicated to use them like Raphael does, but he makes it work.
That's actually just remind me of a moment of the... Sorry, didn't mean to talk over you there.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, definitely reminds me of this moment, though, where the 2012 Turtles had that crossover with the 80s Turtles, and there was this joke where the guys were like, wait, what do you mean? We could stab somebody with that. Do you know how bad that is? Or something like that along those lines, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, goodness.
I don't know. I think they're pretty sweet. They look like they're stabbies.
True. Meanwhile, a lot of the Foot Clan members that we're running into are actually using tire jacks, which is how they got the tire off the turtle van at the beginning of this level. Big old jerks. And they will continue to use them for the rest of the game, despite the fact that the next level is the last one where we will see a vehicle with large wheels.
I don't know about you, but I really wish I had tools that boomeranged like that, because when I throw a tool, it's never coming back. I lose it inside the vehicle. It's not coming back to my hand.
Can I just say my mouth dropped wide open when I just saw how much of that, how much health that super attack just literally shred away from Rocksteady? What the G's, man?
That is one of the main reasons that I love Splinter. His normal attack combo, you knock them down. When they get back up, you hit them with the dashing super, which is the single highest damage move in the game. So you take 23 out of their 40 health right off the top. I saw out of the corner of my eye what's on the pizza. It is a stuffed crust pepperoni pizza.
Oh, that sounds delectable. I actually had some pizza earlier today, and I know I had a little plain, but also some pepperoni, so I can totally feel that vibe.
Yeah, both of you. Favorite pizza
We're
toppings?
all on
Go.
the same.
Okay, favorite pizza
bacon.
toppings. Oh, that's just a good one. Yeah. Ooh, it's been a while since I've had me a Philly steak pizza, but I would hunger for having something like that again. Either that or barbecue chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yep, barbecue chicken. There used to be called chicken bacon ranch or something like that, and it was like Alfredo chicken pizza.
I have built pizzas from Domino's very similar many times before.
Oh, dude. Domino's. I know that some people hate it, but man, ever since second grade, I fell in love.
I think it has as much to do with like your local Domino's and what they're about. You know, they franchise most of their stores out, if I recall correctly. Speaking of recall correctly, I believe I recalled correctly what position to get into, so that was nice. That felt like a very clean wave here. This is actually a fake boss encounter. Doesn't matter how much damage you do here. So by all means, back to it. This is literally the best time in the run to read donations and anything else that needs to happen. Speaking of which, I think there might be a few of those Tempest masks.
Oh, you betcha. Before we even get to that, I just want to say congratulations, everyone. We have hit our marathon goal of $2.5K. Let's heckin' go.
Wonderful. I am so
Nice.
excited for that. Thank you, everyone.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right, let's start reading some donations, and we will begin with $25 from Help Myself. Happy to support a great cause and a greater friend. Good luck, ateatree.
Thank you very much, Help.
Then we got one from a good friend of ours. I'm sure you might recognize this name. Iggy Zig gives us $15 saying, "Thank you, ateatree, for showing us all the power of focus, the power of discipline, the power of determination, and most importantly, the power of pizza."
But that sounds like a Sean quote to me, honestly. Any interest in reading that one out as
I
Splinter?
was gonna say. I gotta find it. How do I read this?
No.
Okay, here we go.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. It does sound very poetic and
Which, to be fair, is
Splinter-like.
Iggy Zig to a T, if you know him.
Thank you, Iggy. We appreciate that, man.
Oh, thank you, ateatree, for showing us all the power of focus, the power of discipline, power of determination, and most importantly, the power of pizza.
I am honored.
I just fanboyed a little.
oh, come on. So, I didn't remember Splinter's voice in the cartoons, but I religiously watched the movie
Excellent.
just about every day when I came home. And so when I was like, what does Splinter sound like? That he lives rent free up here. So
He made the funny. I will never forget that line or that gif. I can basically conjure that up in my mind palace at any time.
Oh, yes. I will say that I need to see a lot more 80s Turtles, because I will admit, for me, I grew up with the 2000 show, but my aunt had this, and still probably does, have this one tape of an episode, which I believe was the Turtles going to some. I think it was at some point some sort of glue factory or whatnot, but it was like a plot involving Shredder and Krang. I know that for sure.
Not to keep you multitasking too much.
Krang
Tempest,
lives
but
rent free.
I think there might be more donations if you'd like. After,
Oh no.
yeah, we'll see Krang in a little bit, and you might also recognize that voice.
I'm sure we're going to recognize a lot of voices in this case. But yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, this donation. Oh heck, I wish I knew the song. I'm going to give it a try. Zokabun gave us $25 saying, "Pizza power is the thing that keeps us going. Pizza power is the food worth asking for. Pizza power, we take great comfort in knowing pizza power can be delivered to your door. Good luck, ateatree, and I hope all that pizza makes your turtle shell start ringing."
I appreciate that she picked the part of that song that isn't my raid alert.
We also got $20 from Brass Wolf. That's a very familiar name to me. Master Splinter taught them every single thing they need to be one lean, green, incredible team. Good luck to the Hamato clan, ateatree, and Sean. Thank you for bringing the turtle hype this evening. Glad we don't have to wait just a minute longer for this.
Aha, I see someone has played as Donatello. That is
Yes.
also that is a very well-loved voice line amongst the
That was
community.
a pretty good voice.
It was.
That was pretty good.
So yeah, his is
I was
the
very
longest
much-
taunt in the game. So when you hear that, you know you are
Yeah.
going to be waiting just a minute.
Probably my favorite of the taunts too, considering that I kid you not, I actually own a legitimate cartridge of Fall of the Foot Clan.
Nice. I think I have Radical Rescue around here somewhere.
That's a game I need to try for sure.
Cowabunga collection.
Will, yeah. Oh, well. Yeah. That in due time, my friend. In due time.
Fair.
For now. We also got a few more donations. Oh, actually, you know, let's wait a little bit for this one because I know we got Dirtbag and Ground Shot coming up.
True. Yep. The double boss fights progress
me, that's
largely.
me.
Please, if you want to, do the lines.
I don't know. I got to remember his lines.
Now, well, he's not going to be here long, so hope you can hurry.
I got to hear it.
Okay.
Discipline.
Not a
is
problem.
key.
Yep. I've had friends tell me what they think sounds like. I've heard the sound when you stub your toe and you look down to see how bad it is. I've heard the sound when you pour the cereal into the bowl and realize you don't have any milk.
I trust out of milk. Yeah, I'm going underground.
That's
That's
his voice.
love it.
Yeah.
Still can't believe that when I first laid eyes upon these two, I was like,
Sorry,
Wait.
more pizza.
why the heck is the cow dude named Ground Chuck?
What, you're saying you don't want your villain to have a darkly ironic name?
You know what? Fair enough.
I mean, they don't call him Shredder because its outfit isn't full of spikes. Also,
Well,
I apologize for
Shredder
talking
makes-
with my mouth full.
You know what? I've done that a lot back then. I always excuse myself for it. But yeah, no, Shredder absolutely makes a lot of sense. And it is probably one of the most iconic things I've seen. In fact, every time I look at Dragon Ball Z's cooler, I cannot not think of Shredder when I see that beefcake transform.
Sure, character's very much of an era, right around the same time, too. Few years, maybe.
And Akira Toriyama always did like some of our media, so, you know.
I think we repaid that kindness with the worldwide sale to Dragon Ball.
Totally fair. Well, I got a question for Sean here. So, among all the Turtles villains, which would you say is your absolute favorite?
Oh man, the villains.
That's what I heard.
I like Krang. I like Shredder. I don't know. It's a hard one because like I love them all. Like Bebop and Rocksteady, those are everybody's favorites. Like they're so stupid. I love them.
It's good to see villains getting
Shredder,
along.
Yeah, right. I love everything from the '80s cartoons was so like it's just a classic cartoon genre. Like that's for me, the golden age of cartoons. And then nowadays you just don't get the same kind of I don't know, like the same sort of back and forth comedy between characters. Yeah, Bebop and Rocksteady were solid, but probably I think Krang might actually be my favorite.
That's a great choice.
Mostly because he's so weird looking.
Yeah, and putting that much evil in a diminutive package is a nice contrast.
Well, he's the oddness of being super weak. Like if you were a brain out with no skull, right? Like you pretty much can't get any softer and vulnerable than that. And yet he's the big boss.
I ducked right away from him, which put me right back in the range of this. This is the Rat King. He's the most annoying boss in the game because he can just kind of go invulnerable whenever he feels like. It was almost clean, but I'll let him get back up onto his pile of junk here, and we'll have to super him one more time to finish him off.
This isn't befitting a king.
Yes, casually he is the most frustrating boss in the game. I'm sorry, you were saying.
Oh no, you're totally fine. I agree though that the rats just latching onto you can easily be annoying. But like, I just love how goofy he looks and how he just treats himself like a king regardless of it.
It's true. For 3 of the 4 patterns, if I recall properly, there's one place on screen you can hide, whether it be top, bottom, or center. And then for the 4th one, I haven't found a good place if there is one. So he's not without his secrets, and as with much of this game, the way I kind of describe this game to people as a speed run that you can optimize is very much a game of inches. And there's a dozen decisions you can make per screen that all gain or lose time in fractions of a second. So I don't think that comes into the casual experience. If you ever felt like, oh, I could have done that screen better, Sean, or Tempest, because you're not really putting quarters into the machine. I think that's what used to fuel that feeling, is the, oh man, that screen cost me 75 cents, something like that.
Yeah, I used to steal my mom's tip money to.
Man,
I'm a terrible person.
Secrets are coming out.
Tip money. I know. Well, she knows. She knew that I was stealing it because I got in trouble for it.
Sure.
But hey, I got past another level.
Oh god.
Did the means truly justify the ends? The world may never know.
Yeah, like how.
Well, hey,
to get
did get me the role.
I'm sorry, Sean. You were saying something?
I said, it might have justified it because, not just passing the levels. Like, I was so into Turtles that when the auditions came up for the roles, I was like, oh, I already know these voices. Like, I didn't have to do much research. So maybe it did. Maybe it paid off.
Yeah, well, and you've also already you've pre-answered some questions from me about, where your choices for the delivery came from, especially one of the very iconic lines that Shredder has, which is coming up later. You know the one.
Oh, that Shredder has? Mm-hmm. I might know the one. I'm sure I know the one. He's got so. You know what? Actually, on Shredder, there's something that I am sort of disappointed by in the game.
What's that?
And when we get there, I'll point it out.
Fair enough.
We had, when I was actually doing the recording, we had a lot of back and forth in the session about the kind of the end sequence. Oh, this is so funny. It's so funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, the least recognizable character in the game from 2 episodes of the 1987 series, where Leonardo played video games too much, and then a lightning strike happened and the video games came to life.
You would think that she's Tempestra.
Mhm.
You would think that she's not that knowable. My daughter knew who she was.
Wow.
And actually, yeah, she auditioned, but we auditioned a little late for her, so somebody else had already taken the role. But my daughter knew Tempestra really well. I was shocked. She did a great job.
And so was she. Just
Yeah,
now.
I'd say
Sorry.
I would say that's no. Don't apologize, my dude. It's all good jazz. I was just gonna say that I don't even. The only reason I learned of Tempestra was because of the fan game Rescue Palooza. So I was like, wait, that's a thing. Oh goodness.
Yeah, fan games absolutely kept this franchise alive when some of the bigger publishers had their hands on the development and publishing rights. There were some dark times there, I would say. I hope people are getting a good chance to hear the music here. I actually specifically asked for the music to be just a little bit louder than usual because I don't know if you know T-Lopes in any way, have interacted with him, but between this and Sonic Mania, I am completely enamored with his work.
Yeah. So, like, this game, the moment you hear the music, you are teleported back to this genre. And, yeah, so amazing. Like, I fangirled the entire game. I had to keep pausing it because I was laughing so hard. And, like, it's a fun game. If nobody's played this game, or if there's people that haven't played this game that are watching, like, you should pick it up. It's a pretty good game. Especially if you're of the original Ninja Turtle fandom. It'll bring you back.
Yeah,
I know, most certainly did for me.
I devised that opening for particular reasons. It's very much the same reaction that I had. Trying to swag Stratus the breakable box to the top of the conveyor belt here. Not that there's any reason to, but, you know, it keeps us extra busy while we're here, and I enjoy making sure Splinter gets his sushi. Quite delicious. Or, as the master puts it.
Me? Am I the master?
If you
I
don't
thought
mind.
you did a great job.
Well, thank
I
you.
thought what you did was quite delicious.
You did a funny. Splinter's
I'm just
jump is-
impressed. I would have died 300 times already. There's no speed running marathon in my future as far as a gamer. I am terrible.
Honestly, I say that never say never. The thing about me and picking up speedrunning 2 years ago from now was that my first game was Mega Man Extreme 2, and there were some moments back then when I played this game as a kid that made me think, oh geez, to have to go through those things fast. But a little time, a little bit of patience, and I think I could say I've been quite well since. So honestly, if you ever want to pick up a game, all it takes is just finding that right sort of balance for you, and you never know. You can make any sort of magic happen and have fun with it.
Well, I appreciate your confidence. I also doubt my my own abilities. I think it's the attention that you guys have to all of the little details that you have to just, be so precise on. I'm just amazed by you guys.
Well, shucks.
Oh, I was hoping to get a sneaky super off. See what we can do here.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, there's basically 4 speeds of charge when you do that taunt to get your ninja bar refilled. Splinter's in the second slowest category, but then again, the first character I played, April, is in the slowest. So this has been an improvement and made it so that I can sneak things in a little bit more. But Bebop and Rocksteady got wise to me just before I could do it. That said, we're on to the second auto-scroller, which is the second of 3 songs in the game which has the lyrics. And from my audience's perspective, as best as I can tell, this is everyone's favorite. This is the classic Stan Bush 1980s era jam. So if anybody wanted to headbang
Wingnut.
or throw up the horns, I would understand.
Wingnut, there was so little behind the scenes info. There was actually intended to be a slightly more comedic ending.
Go on.
And so they recorded, because you're up in the sky and Wingnut falls out of the sky, right? And or he's about to. We're about to see that happen.
Yeah, we'll see it in about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and in that they actually had me record this really long like falling noise, as if I was falling forever and ever. Like it was excessively long. Like
Perfect.
Let's see how long we can make him fall. And they were actually going to have him fall on the map screen, and you'd still hear it as he was falling.
I love it. That's such a good touch.
There's so many little things that kind of didn't quite make the cut, but I watched another guy who was kind of showing what's outside the screen that you can see.
She says,
and they actually had the animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
so I thought.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna mention on the boundaries of that video, there's all sorts of little things, like they reuse parts of like the TV stand in one part of the level for the thing of the Rocksteady fight. There's all sorts of really cool things like that. And there's all sorts of unused assets that like they fully rendered and are in the level, but you never see them. It's very much a commitment. Oh, you, Sean.
I really hope that there's a sequence or like a well, everybody's talked about DLC.
Yeah.
I just hope that there's more of this. Like it's a great genre of game that I think needs to make a comeback, and I would be happy to add my voices.
If you want to give people your information so they can reach you, you can do that either now or in the stream. We can. Obviously, we're going to shout you out after the run, but...
Oh, that's all. Well, just go to... So, my last name is Guernsey, and I created my own little voiceover company called Guernzilla Creative.
Nice.
So,
like
guernzillacreative.com, and you can get me to say your name as Splinter or something like that.
There goes Tokyo, go Guernzilla.
Nice.
Little Blue Oyster Cult.
All right.
So,
get ready for some winged warfare.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Good.
Oop, he's taking off. All right, I got the super off before he did. We don't like to see this pattern, but it's fine. As soon as he lands, we'll tag him.
Yeah, if it wasn't obvious, this fella is a bit of Storm Eagle vibes, so little to no dives would be very much appreciated.
So that's where the long death noise.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing. Oh yeah, I was this guy too. You don't be skipping from old Leatherhead.
As a Floridian myself, I know actual people with roughly that actual accent.
So there was this. I feel like back when I was a kid, there was this Louisiana like cooking show, and I'm sure that they used for Leatherhead. That was the inspiration. Was this guy's voice from this cooking show?
Paul Prudhomme?
I don't even know, but it was such a funny thing, because as soon as I saw Leatherhead, I'm like, oh yeah, it's that guy from that cooking show. and so that was how I auditioned for Leatherhead.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Prudhomme is you're gonna enjoy it. I guarantee, guy.
I'll guarantee. I'll guarantee. Oh, I'm Gumbo. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if we do it fast enough, a lot of bosses, when you defeat them kind of a little quicker than the game expects, the whole voice line won't play. So we might not actually hear that one.
Oh, I'm Gumbo.
I feel like Gumbo. Whoa. I think that's the whole line.
Yeah.
Whoops, I'm not supposed to talk to this.
I was so excited. I was so excited for this. I'm pretty sure it's this level. Because of some fun, like, kind of background voices that we did.
Nice.
Because this is the one with the roller coaster, right?
Yep.
In the background?
The punk frogs, yes
so
indeed.
The frogs. So I did 2 of the frogs, and so I did all of the.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
What? Yes. That was hilarious. We're gonna die.
Arguably my favorite single line in the entire game. Thank you.
That's my favorite too. When I played through, I had to stop because I was laughing so hard. They actually kept that one in because that was sort of they kind of just give you a general idea. Like there's a lot of lines that are scripts. Like it's like, we want you to say these lines exactly. And then there's some lines that they're like, yeah, so we're thinking we might have the punk frogs riding on a roller coaster. And like, if you could just, sound like them riding a roller coaster.
Yeah,
well, I don't know.
Do a surprise frog riding a roller coaster that's going way too fast.
Yeah. And so that's what I did. I was like, oh no, we're going to die. I'm going to throw up. Right? It was all these different voices. But yeah.
Well, yeah, speaking of the punk frogs, we got them right there, as well as the Leatherhead boss fight going on.
I got roughly the positioning I want, but he's a bit of a mischief maker even when you lock him up, because he can decide to jump out of it and snap at you or get the tail out. But we showed him that Splinter has the harder bite, so job well done.
When I played this level with my buddies, we had a lot of trouble trying to keep up with his sewer jumping.
Mm-hmm. I'm very grateful we did not see it at all this time.
Absolutely same. Well, if I may take a good moment to read some other donations that we've had come in.
Please do.
Because we are now at over $3,000, which is absolutely incredible.
Holy!
Thank you so much, everyone.
Woohoo!
All right, we've got Joshua Kant donating $100, saying good luck, ateatree.
Thanks so much,
we also
Joshua.
have Tigdwan giving $35 in honor of the fantastic FTLG crew. GG on reaching your goal. It's pizza time. Wait, different. That's the wrong meme.
Yeah, but I do actually have that set on my splits when I play this game. When I get a green split, I get pizza power. So, it's not like we didn't all recognize it. Sorry, go ahead.
True. Oh, you're all good. And then we also got Falseboo giving $5. Excited to see ateatree playing Splinter tonight. Definitely the game's most under-ratted character. Good luck on the run.
How dare you.
We'll donate an extra $5 if you pass the asteroid test with full health. Do you need more practice?
Always.
Smiley face.
Could always use more practice.
You know what? Totally fair. Oh, but then we got a big one coming in, one from Taco Von Dutch giving us $250.
Taco, you madman. How dare you. Love you, buddy.
As a former therapist, I truly understand how underfunded mental health treatment is and how vastly it is needed. Thank you to everyone who's donated, and good luck, ateatree. I smell a PB.
Oh, my hands are too greasy with pizza for that, but thank you.
I mean, hey, if I was able to pull off a PB in my thing, I certainly believe you can do it, greasy hands or no.
We're probably about 90 seconds behind that right now, if I had to guess. But I'm not going to look.
Totally fair. I will say the time did start maybe a few early, but yeah.
No worries either way.
Yeah, well, I had to keep count somehow, man. For those that don't know, this game does start the moment that you gain control of your character, which is not unlike that of the other Turtles arcade games. So that's definitely always a fun way to start the time, if I do say so myself. But yeah, anyway, back to the donation rating. We had gotten $10 from Blasphemous Roar. I would have given more, but I am disappointed by the lack of marshmallows on the pizza. Come on, ateatree. I lied. I'm broke, and this is what I can give, but happy to give what little I can.
I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much.
Shout out to Blasphemous. And then we also had an anonymous $100 donation asking, does Master Splinter even eat pizza?
He does, but he doesn't like it. At least if the voice was in-game or anything to go off of. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other the turtles eating sushi. I've got that backwards. By all means, tell us Splinter's feelings on pizza.
He likes pizza. No, he loves pizza. It's just that he likes sushi one little bit more.
That's
one notch higher.
That's a very valid opinion.
That was my modulated voice. Delete the turtles.
So you did Metalhead.
I did.
Nice. The fun thing about this guy is that when I first saw him, I thought, oh, geez, a robotic turtle for a villain. Definitely fair and all, but then a little more research, and then I realized, oh, he's actually a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
Which is why the
Poor
cutscene
fellow.
you'll see the slightest hint of here is Donnie fixing him up. And actually, if you have Donatello at this fight, he says, "Don't worry, buddy, we'll fix you up."
I most certainly had him when I played. Or someone did, anyway. That's the nice thing, too, about this game. You get to hear specific voice lines from certain characters if you enter some of those boss fights as them in particular. So, always fun to see. Always adds a little variety to the game on the whole.
The Easter eggs, yeah.
Yeah, it just, you know, it to me, that goes back to that feeling of they're so dedicated to making this the game they know you want, that it's the game they want, and they clearly care about it as much as any Turtles fan does.
Well, they're absolutely Ninja Turtles fans. So like when we were going through it, so like I've done lots of different voice work, and you get directed, you know, quite often. Lots of it you do on your own, but it's self-directed stuff. But when I was on the call with them doing all of the directed session, it was so obvious that they were geeking out that they got to be a part of the game. And you know, so it's such a different feel from, you know, somebody who's, you know, this is just another project on their task list or whatever. They actually cared so much about the characters and understood, you know, the history and had they were super fans is basically what it came out to be, and that just made auditioning and recording with them so much more fun.
I bet. Can you tell us a little bit more about that process, especially knowing that you voiced so many characters? Like, once they've started bringing you on for one, is it like, well, hey, Sean's audition for, you know, Krang was also great, or, you know, was it...
You know what? So I connected with Foxmade. That's the voice group that I'm a part of, or one of the voice groups that I'm a part of. And Philippe, he just called me or messaged me and said, hey, you know, got this Ninja Turtle game, and you didn't get Leonardo, but hey, did you throw in, here's all of the roles that they've got, like throw in what you want. And so I auditioned for everything.
Of course.
Like anything that I could do a passable voice on. I was like, oh yeah, I love these characters, so I throw something out. And he came back to me, it was probably a month or so had gone by, and so on lots of, you audition on audition in voiceovers, and you basically are a professional at getting rejected. That's your job as a voice actor. And so, you know, I auditioned and had fun doing the auditions, but beyond that, I just thought that's it. I'm not getting those roles. And then he came back to me and he's like, so good news. You've got like 12 or 13 roles that you've been selected for on all of these. And well, I was floating around from that point on. Like I could barely contain myself on the sessions that we had, and yeah, it was a blast. Did we miss the Captain Zorax?
Oh yeah, he's all done.
You killed him so fast.
So for him and a couple of other bosses, we used what the community calls extra cheesy strats, because, you know, we had to make pizza jokes. And what that is being too far north or south of an enemy seems to modify their AI in some kind of subtle ways that basically make it so that if you're far enough away from them, they won't chase after you. So you can just run, taunt, run, and repeat. And because on this difficulty, each super does 10 damage and they have 40 health, it's it takes about 12 seconds. Maybe 15.
Wow.
That was too early.
Because I didn't even get to say, for the Triceraton Empire.
Sure you did. You did it just now, and it was fantastic.
I'm catching up. I'm catching up.
Fair. We appreciate you doing so. Speaking of catching up, are there any
Absolutely.
donations to catch up on?
We do have a couple more, my good sir. Let's read them right now.
If you would.
Gun Makuma gives us $25. Shredder, Krang, and the Foot Clan need more practice. I mean,
I'm giving it to them, but they're not getting any better. I don't know what gives.
It's quite a bit of shade if I do say so myself. But then again, I hear they do like it dark.
No, I think the other part of what Gunma's referring to is I have a redeem in my Twitch channel for channel points where I will tell anyone who needs to hear it, including myself, that they need more practice.
You know what?
must practice.
Yeah, I was going to say fair enough. We do have one more donation and another recognizable name among that fold. Cartridge Blowers and Sunshine Squared gave us $60. Ateatree learning a speed run, going from new game to what will certainly soon be a world record, is an inspiration. They're a great person, and this is a great run. Tempest, can you get chat to give us pizza power? Satisfying saucer food delight.
Pizza power. That's what makes us feel alright.
And now, for a special limited time, you can give a donation to get them to stop singing.
Aw. Yeah, I don't have a channel point to redeem for that. I actually do have one, though, that's called... I just made it today, so no one has ever redeemed it yet, because I wasn't live today. I'm busy helping run the marathon. Called TMNT Sing For Me, where for a variable but reasonable cost, somewhere during the run, on the level of your choosing, I will sing one of the songs with vocals. So if that's something that interests rather than repulses you, you can drop me a follow, and I will definitely be running this until I get world record, which I am currently approximately 30 seconds away from.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I love Baxter. He's adorable in this game. Is it just me? Maybe it's like the stomping around. Maybe it's the fact that his gun isn't like flesh colored.
I love Baxter. He was one of the voices I used to do as a kid.
Nice.
You know what's weird? I feel like the first Baxter incarnation that I remember seeing was from Out of the Shadows.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could definitely say that.
I actually had the Baxter Stockman toy. That's who my Ninja Turtles used to beat up.
A good choice. You know, especially if you're playing Big Apple, 3 a.m.
Also, I'll have you know that I'm quite confident in my singing voice. I just so happen to be rusty.
That, and you admitted earlier you don't know the song. We have now made our way to Dimension X and Balarathon, for what is probably my least favorite level in the game. They really only get harder as they go along. It's a very good difficulty curve, but any screen where you mess up here. And Splinter, I would say, has the least problems with it, because, and I'll show you in a little bit, he has the ability to knock these guys out very quickly with his normal attack string. Like that. But even still, you know, they charge and they don't stop until they hit a wall. You don't matter in that equation. So I'm probably going to be a little quieter than usual this level. But let's
Perfectly
see.
Understandable.
We've got Metalhead coming up. Is that one of yours, Sean? No, Chrome
That is
Dome,
one of me
rather.
too, yep.
Chrome Dome, yeah.
No,
Chrome Dome.
Yeah, Metalhead we did, and Chrome Dome I did. Yeah.
Excellent.
He was... I'm trying to remember... So, like... Delete the Turtles, that was Metalhead. So Chrome Dome is like... I might have to hear his lines. It's been a while. Like, we recorded these back in, like, over a year ago, so it's... You need practice! I love that. So good.
Same. And it's funny. All the voices that all the lines that you quoted when we were talking over Discord chat are the ones that happen, like, if you don't have your ninja meter up, if you lose a life. And I'm like, I don't recognize any of these lines. And then I played a run on Gnarly and lost several lives, and I'm like, oh, that's where these lines are from.
By the way, I know we passed by those earlier, but the way you just dodged those freeze rays, thank God, probably one of the worst enemies in the game.
Yeah, thankfully, much in the spirit of classic arcade games, they put in a very small strip either at the top or the bottom of the screen where you can just kind of bypass some of those if you happen to know it's there. It actually took probably around a month of the game being out for anybody to notice that.
Well, considering the hitbox otherwise that me and my buddies were feeling. But hey, we also got a classic elevator section, so if you're definitely familiar with Turtles arcade games, then this is definitely a staple of that, much like how the a little Castlevania staple would be a little clock tower.
Mm-hmm. And this is actually the second one. We had one earlier before we fought Bebop and Rocksteady together. Trag is our second boss with extra cheesy strats, so if you have anything you want to say about him, get him out fast.
I mean, it wasn't me.
Fair enough. That's all I needed to hear. He's gone. He's gone. He's banished to Dimension X.
He's not me. Yeah, I've got my list. I remember what I did. I got Captain Zorax, Chrome Dome, Dirtbag, Genghis, Krang, Leatherhead, Metalhead, Rasputin, Shredder, Slash, Splinter, and Wingnut.
Fantastic. Chat, please, a round of applause for the extremely talented Mr. Sean Guernsey.
That is a lot of voices indeed.
The hard thing for me was we did most of them in one shot. And
wow.
So to do all of those voices and to, switch gears from one voice to the next. I mean, we saved Shredder kind of for the end because he's so, James Avery, right? Like how can you ever match up to that sound? He's got such a deep voice, right? And he's all very scratchy. So once I was starting to kind of get my voice scratchy, that's when we did Shredder.
I got it. That's very smart. Yeah, genuinely sounds like a cartoon character, and the fact that Uncle Phil can just turn that voice on and off at will. One of those things you basically couldn't believe even by seeing him.
Yeah, I think we can all agree, the three of us here, that James Avery was and is and will always be a legend in our eyes.
Absolutely.
For sure. What did he say? Did he say, "Delete the turtles"? Something
I think it's vaporize. I know it says vaporize.
I'm sorry, I spoke over it.
The only thing that ever sticks out in my mind is the flashy hands, so it's more a visual thing for me. And we're trying to get him down in 2 cycles, which is very tight timing. I need to get my super up for... I missed it by 1 hit. Well, we'll see if
Let's see if we can at least hear his defeat line. I'm sure that'll help Sean a bit.
Oh, I know that one, actually.
Oh, there's a ton of different takes of that. System down. There was tons of iterations of that one.
Nice. All right, this one's for False Boo, all the way to the front of the screen. Here we go.
Unfriendly encounter.
This is the last hoverboard section, by the way, and a very short one, but definitely cleverly put. Oh, that's right.
For the extra donations, you can do it.
We believe.
Focus your mind.
I was planning on doing the jump rope. I like to go above and below. Well, I was already planning on donating $5 for every one of those, every road cone, and every girder I got hit by. I didn't get hit by any girders, but that's 1 asteroid and 3 road cones back in level 3. So that's $20 from me.
There's got to be some streaming people that are watching that'll match you for those.
Yeah, at any level, $1, $2, $5, that would be awesome. So 4 times whatever your chosen amount is.
Yeah, no, that was still a very good attempt, I gotta say.
I realized I was out of position at the end, and I was likely to get hit by something.
I feel bad if our encouragement might have thrown you off a little bit there.
No such thing. These guys throw me off. They're playing nice today, but they have the ability to spawn in at different times, and that's when things get real hairy. Like this. Thankfully, I managed to pick them both up. Oh, that's right. There's another wave. Okay.
Well, it looks like we actually did get a quick little donation if you want me to read that right now.
Please do. That'll take my mind off of how badly I screwed that up.
Well, I think all is well between you and Falsefoo because they did donate $5 saying, 1 asteroid, you need practice. Finish strong.
One asteroid, you need more practice.
Thank
Finish
you.
strong.
I will do my best. More desyncs, but that's okay. We can deal.
And I do want to remind chat, because I also kind of forgot to remind a little earlier, but well, before this run, I did give everyone permission to throw some puns my way and try to test me. And well, yeah, I did manage to read a few, but I'm still feeling a little punny all. So let's see if we can get a little few more in there. I know we've only got like maybe a couple of levels left in the game, so you know.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I still believe.
Please, chat, more punishment. The game has not punished me quite enough.
You know what? I'll count that. I'll count that as a pun.
I mean, yes and no. So, however you're feeling at the time.
I mean, you got me with that one. I will say, by the way, it is very much an honor to have you with us, Sean, because I myself am actually a aspiring voice actor, and yeah, I growing up with stuff like this back in the day always inspired me, because just seeing these characters come to life and just always being that one kid that just liked to role play, even if it was so silly for others to look at. It's just it inspires me, and I
Oh, that was me too.
Gonna trash you, mutants!
I'm gonna trash you, mutants.
Excellent.
I'm hopefully gonna see Rob Paulson this weekend, and because he got credited for Slash, so I'm gonna have to talk to him about it.
Would you say that conversation won't be a walk in the park?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to buy him a coffee and say thanks for letting me play alongside him.
Indeed. It would be an honor for anyone, I think.
If there's one of the turtles that I definitely want to meet, it'd have to be Barry Gordon. Because I also, if it wasn't for somebody pointing me to another one of his works that I think is a hidden gem and that everyone deserves to see if you are a fan of mecha anime or just amazing animation for its time, Mighty Orbots. Please consider watching Mighty Orbots, you all. It sadly only lasted one season, but unlike most cartoons back in the day, they actually made sure the final episode was a finale for the series. And so, one and done, but a complete season, and one that you can get on DVD. Highly recommend. Sakuga Beyond Belief.
Now, what works of Sean's would you recommend to us, Tempest?
This game for sure, because I gotta say, I hate to say this up front, but this is indeed the first game that introduced me to you, my good sir. But it is a wonderful game to be introduced to all the same.
You know what? It's fine because I'm relatively new to the industry, so I didn't grow up wanting to be a voice actor. I grew up with ADHD, I think, and I
think so that either makes two or three of us in this call.
Right.
Yes,
yeah, and probably
all three
everybody
of us.
that's watching, right?
All three of us.
So for me, I grew up doing voices and doing stuff like that, mostly to keep myself entertained. But I actually didn't get into voice acting until 2017, when I had Lyme disease really bad, and I wasn't able to work anymore. And so one of my friends that was doing voice acting, he said, "Dude, this is something you could do. You know, we'll set you up with a studio at home and get you some auditions and get you started." And I mean, the rest is kind of history, but it it's been a real treat. It's been the joy job of my life for sure. Because I get to do such cool stuff like this.
It is real funny how life provides like that sometimes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Most certainly. Well, I gotta say...
Didn't Sean do Howard the Duck, Taco Von Dutch? Yes, I did do Howard the Duck.
I see somebody's on your IMDb page.
Yeah, no. Somebody searched me up.
Taco and all my cartridge blowers.
I'm walking here.
Take this.
Perfection. Taco and all my cartridge blowers friends are also extremely knowledgeable about virtually any form of pop culture. Like, I think I'm all right, and they regularly show me up.
Yeah,
I'm
Howard
a
the
bit
Duck
of a
was
geek.
my first bucket list item, and then I mean this one kind of blew all of the bucket lists apart.
I mean, I don't blame you for thinking that whatsoever. Yeah, I like to think of myself as a bit of a geek when it comes to certain stuff, but I don't doubt that my very senpais of all sorts of speed and hosting fellows have a way of one-upping me without a doubt.
Oh, anything I've done regarding hosting speedruns has involved a certain amount of research, but, you know, the rest of it is just sounding confident and pretending like it's always been that way, right? John?
Yeah, that's in everything in all of life. Everybody is making it up as they go.
Indeed.
Hey, Sean, is Krang invincible?
Yes. I'm invincible! Yes. Krang is invincible. Because he's always got an escape plan.
I still remember first laying my eyes on this fella in that aforementioned VHS tape episode, and I was just thinking to myself, what is this big guy, and why is this brain inside it?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't make any sense. It's a talking brain inside of the guy's belly. He has stomach brain
Well,
for
for
sure.
my diversion, I have a surprise for you.
Well done.
It's
Pat
time.
Fraley, the Pat Fraley version was definitely the way to do it. Oh, both of them are so good here. But yeah, you fell for my diversion. Right, he's got that like chortly noise that he makes. But Krang, that voice has lived rent-free up here my whole life. Ever since I heard Pat Fraley do him, that was, yeah, living there. It's time for some turtle soup. No, that's not Shredder.
Okay, battle's done.
Shredder's... That was fast.
Yeah, so Splinter...
Yeah.
Shredder's like...
Splinter has one thing that no other character, as far as I know, can do. When he finishes his normal attack string, if he goes back directly into the like laser launcher, Shredder will try to block it, and it'll hit him through that guard. So I can totally tear Shredder apart, which makes sense. Splinter would be the best counter to Shredder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wrath of the Lady.
Ooh, I got shivers. Thank you.
Every time I hear that song, I laugh, but I know it's not without good reason.
The Foot Clan anthem.
Also, shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan for Shredder's theme.
Mhm.
I still can't believe they got them all along for the ride, but
Raekwon and Ghostface Killer. Oh, this is a very bad pattern.
Well-
That's okay. As long as we don't get tagged by that giant laser beam.
Beam.
That's fine. We take
Well,
those.
yeah. I was gonna say, it certainly helps that we have, 9 lives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't usually pay attention to that. Granted, I'm not
I
this
mean-
time either, but... No, actually,
Yeah,
considering the fact
no.
that it ran away, getting it into that second phase, taking a death is actually slightly faster than waiting for it.
I mean, hey, you could just say you did it for content.
You're right. Yeah, I see that suggested in chat now that I'm looking at it. And time for one last
And-
series of references. Take a look at the clock in the back. We started out in Big Apple 3 p.m., and now it is exactly the time you remember it being.
This is the sequence that they... So this whole sequence was tough because they had to basically make it when he's mutating. that it wasn't like a drug reference, right?
Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
so there was this whole sequence that we had like kind of recorded and worked out where you kind of go through this like transformation into the Super Shredder, and he was like right, like he had this whole like, it was painful, and then
Sure.
then he kind of enjoyed the, you know, the he relished the energy, and so that was all in there. And so this is like almost my biggest disappointment in the game, is that we didn't get some of the cool stuff that we put together for that whole sequence. But
Yeah, they had to shroud
still
him in
pretty cool.
secrecy for the ooze. Makes sense.
yep.
I just want to say,
was-
though, having looked at the movements, the way you just presented yourself during that, it was that. I love it.
That's
it.
sometimes I think I actually for Shredder a lot of the time, like I'm sitting down right now and I do a lot of my recording while sitting, but for characters you got to get up and move around a little bit and kind of become the character. So I love character work. I would love to just focus in on characters only. Like I love it so much. But it's
All right.
it's few and far between.
Looks like we're coming up
For
close
now.
to time.
Yeah, we got a brief filler phase after he's below 50%
Kill
health here,
Kill him.
and then we
You can do it.
might finish him off with the next one. He might survive with a magic pixel though.
Well, this is going to be close. My finger is ready, my friend.
Time.
My revenge. Impossible.
No! My revenge! Oh.
GG's, my dude. GG's.
I'm gonna guess
Did it happen?
103.30.
102.31 is when I stopped it. Like I said, I did think I started the timer maybe just a little early, so I'm gonna
No
give
worries.
you a approximate 102.27.
Okay. Not amazing. I was hoping for something in the 101 range, but we had fun, and I think we raised an awful lot of money to write Love in Our Arms, and that's a lot more important.
Everybody
Absolutely.
should throw some extra in, just for to make up for the lost time, because we really distracted you with our goofiness.
Not at all. Yeah, I mean, distracted in the sense that I was having so much fun that like the thing that was happening on monitor 2 was arguably more fun than what was happening on monitor 1, but I'm not going to complain about that at all. If I may provide a little bit more, I love doing this scene. New York can rest easy once more, now that Lady Liberty has been restored to her former gleaming glory. I, Vernon Fenwick,
Very nice.
who was not at all scared, can confirm that Shredder has been defeated by the city's protectors, the Green Guardians of Good, the Web Warriors themselves, the Punk Frogs.
That was
Oh,
a pretty
come
freaking
on.
good
Thank you.
job.
And then
Sorry, I had
one
to
more
throw
for you,
that last
Sean,
one
if you
in
want to do this line.
Okay, what line? I can't read it. It's too small on my screen.
Sorry, it's
Here,
Shredder has been
I'll help
defeated.
you out.
Splinter is proud of his sons. His family only grows stronger.
Tonight is the night for our pizza friends, family, pizza forever.
Also good. Thank you. Yeah, I could totally see that.
He could be giving that kind of special like announcement at supper.
There's-
It is time for pizza.
We lost the Mega Ran song. I don't see this happen very often. Occasionally, music will fail to load in during transitions. It's usually like the first 10 seconds of a level. We're missing the after credits jam. That's a shame.
Dang. Well, you know what? Hang on. I think I can help you out there.
Excellent. All right. How much do I
Nice.
have to
Well
pay to get him
done.
to stop? Hey,
Oh,
Sean,
come
do you want to do that other thing we talked
Don't
about?
you have access to? Yeah, I actually, that's why I couldn't see the screen. It's because
Got it.
I was loading.
Getting the game launched. Perfect. All right, we're gonna go to a very brief intermission, and when we come back, we have a special little special presentation slash glitch exhibition for you. Be right back.
Oh yeah. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are still bringing you some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge with some of awesome stuff coming right up for you all. It is a glitch exhibition, and if I am not mistaken, we not only have our runner ateatree, but now he will be joined by our special guest, Sean Guernsey, as well. So this ought to be super fun. Before we get straight back to it, though, I do want to read a couple of donations that had come in. In fact, one just recently coming in. Dr. Curian gave us $10, donating in celebration of my favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan, ateatree.
I try not to spit any more than I have to, but I appreciate the sentiment all the same.
And last but certainly not least is Digital Ignorance, giving us $20. No message, but thank you so much for your generous contributions. We have now reached $3,165.
That's technically a number, yes.
Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very much, everybody. Like, honestly, everyone who came out to support me, this is the first time I've ever speedrun. I've been doing hosting for marathons, including Games Done Quick, which in the community is kind of the big one since 2020, but like every marathon has different meaning to me. This one, being in benefit of mental health, is like really important. I don't think I have to get too much into it after, you know, you've all lived through the same 2.5 years that I have. You know what it's like out there, and organizations like To Right Love in Our Arms make an enormous difference. Like, I've looked at their financials, they do good work, they spend the money where it needs to go, they help in a lot of different areas, and so thank you very much for supporting them and being here to support me too. They both mean a lot to me. Any other shout-outs you want to do, Sean?
Sorry, what did you say?
Any other shout-outs you want to do?
Shout-outs? I'm so tickled to be here. Like, this is the funnest thing I've done this week.
Wonderful.
I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah, if you ever want to throw down casually, or, you know, you, me, and Tempest can make a 3-man and learn to speedrun together.
Yes.
You don't want me on the speedrun. I am dead weight.
Nonsense.
We'll just have you press the Casey button. I promise. All you need to do is stand in the right part of the screen and hit the Casey button.
I've been meaning to say this. It is quite funny. I mean, yes, Casey is quite around, and being that a little on brand for yours truly's name. But all right, let's get on with that glitch exhibition.
Yeah, we'll
Without
get
further
into
ado, I now give the floor to the both of you. Let's go.
Alrighty, what level do we want to do?
Wait.
Do you have any preferences? It
You
works
gotta
on the
teach
handful.
me. No,
Sure.
you just teach me. Tell me what I'm doing.
Okay. Let's get.
You are the sensei now.
Oh, I am honored. I think yours is still better, but what can I say? I have fun doing it, and in the end, isn't that what matters most?
That's all it is.
So yeah,
all it
we're gonna
is.
play to the end of the level normally, and then at the end of the level, I'm just gonna basically do my thing on the boss, and you'll see if it's worked. It'll be quite clear.
Teamwork is the way.
It's been a while.
Same here as far as being anybody other than Splinter. I'll clear the right side of the screen. If you want the other power pizza, it's yours. But yeah, every difficulty above single player introduces like more enemy spawns, that kind of thing. So again at 2 and either 3 or 4, and then again at 5 and 6, the amount of enemies that spawn go up. Raphael, actually not entirely dissimilarly to Splinter, is the kind of character who plays by sticking really close to his opponent. Like when he does the dashing move, he doesn't move through them or he doesn't bounce them anywhere. He's just right on top of them after he... This cave gives me the creeps. If you're looking for any quotes to give to Rob. Yeah, like a few other things we didn't get a chance to talk about. There are different... It's pretty obvious as you're watching it, but like different kinds of enemies have different health pools. I'll get the ones up top here. The blues and yellows have the least health at 2. Also, anybody who's carrying what I'd call an improvised weapon also has 2 health, just so they're easier to take down before they wing it at you. Traps are kind of the fastest way to kill enemies. If we ever get a chance, we do. And then the aerial super, especially in co-op, the aerial super is the second fastest way to kill basically anything. Because it's just that AoE that explodes and takes out anything in its range.
My favorite is that Splinter bites them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's no joke. That is the strongest normal attack. It does 4 damage. Want him on the comeback? Or are you just looking to stay out of the way?
Seriously, it's all about survival for me at this point. Not dying is the key.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. There's a pizza before the level is done. I see your kill count's pretty darn high. You've definitely put your time in. It might have been a while, but it comes back to you. I like to tip these over because the road cones there can actually be used against the opponent. They kind of stagger them again, and they do extra damage. Yeah, you'll also notice that aerial slam has a really, really wide range. It doesn't have much range like up and down, but enemies can be really far away from you and it'll still hit. Okay, another wave. And then we mix it up downstairs. Infinite pizza's yours if you want it.
You take it. You take it.
All right, if you're sure.
It's all about you. I'm feeling shy.
There is absolutely no reason for that.
I have to give all of the goodies to the guy that knows what he's doing.
Well, in terms of number of credits in this game, I'm pretty sure that's you. I haven't checked recently to see if I snuck into the credits at some point, but... All right, so here we go.
Are we talking credits as in coins? I put in a few.
Only slugs and tokens, sorry.
Say your prayers.
Yeah.
Say your
1,
prayers.
2,
I didn't
3.
do him, but I love him.
And the boss is done. You can, we can hang out.
What?
You can just take your time. Yeah,
What in the world?
he's done fighting. Here, I'll clear ads. This one's all you.
Ow! What in... I just want to sit here and be like,
I dare you to move. If you move, I will hit you.
I mean,
I'm
technically, he's
loving-
constantly falling down, and I think that counts as moving.
that is hilarious. I just love hitting him in the butt with a stick.
His shirt is moving, so he is falling. You're not wrong.
See, this is where that wingnut long death sound should happen.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, hey, if you want, like, if there's a way to get that recording for us, we'll see if we can get it into the game. That would be hilarious. Every time Raphael locks a boss in place like that, because most of them look like that. What happens, as far as we understand it, is that dashing super hits 3 times, and the third one tends to hit right as they try to get back up. And when that happens, the enemies, the bosses that can be affected, don't seem to know what to do after that. They just get stuck wherever in that getting up
Nice.
animation they are. It works on
Huh.
Bebop, Rocksteady, their duo boss fight, Ground Chuck and Dirtbag, Rat King and Leatherhead, although those are both very difficult because those bosses have a tendency to just kind of do whatever they want instead. And then also 1 or 2 later, I think. Those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. So yeah, if you ever want to give a
that's so
Raphael run
cool.
a try, just throw that dashing super at him, and then you can go to town.
Now I know. Now I know how to beat it as Raph.
And knowing is half. Wait, wrong show.
Similar spirit, though, for a similar decade.
Fair. But yeah, Sean, where can the people find you? What can I put in the Twitch chat
You know,
for you?
Yeah, you go to check out granzillacreative.com. You can check out my voices.com profile. That's where I do a lot of my work. Check out Voxmade. I'm on there as well. There's lots of places to keep watching for me. But you know, as I'm a pretty big deal now.
I've heard that.
Last week my signature was worth $0 last week, and I think I'm up to a nickel. So
Trending
soon,
upwards,
my friends.
Trending upwards. That is a stock you should. That is my pick of the week. You should get in now.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Thank you very much,
Put some
everyone.
investment dollars there.
Mm-hmm. I
Thanks
hope
a lot,
you had fun. Coming up next, I
was
actually have to
good.
get that open because I think I'm going to be hosting for it. That's going to be Lieutenant Corporal Falco with Ape Escape 3. So I will switch back over to my other persona and do like this for a while, and we'll be right back.
Indeed, my friend, because unfortunately that will mean I am done with the hosting myself. And well, that's going to do it for me and this event. But I want to thank Corey and everyone for having me back. It's always fun to be a part of these For the Love of Gaming events. It is nothing short of a pleasure. And yeah, this is the first time I've hosted something for a while. I did give myself a break. So what a time to come back in. Y'all, stay tuned. Let's keep raising money for To Love Right on. Oh God, why did I have to screw it up this one time?
Oh, I think
To write love
To
on her
write
arm.
love on her arms. Yeah.
That's the
Thank
one.
you.
You heard the men. Thanks, everybody.
Indeed.
We'll see
All
you
right,
back in a few
all right.
moments.
Until next time, y'all.